So let's run this. Data is backing up here, and I'll stop it as soon as that, there we go. This token appeared in the database repair state. So let's have a look inside the database itself and see what we can learn there. So a fixed network token that should occur at time unit 15, which is now, is in the on state. This is going to cause the enabled transition to fire. This token in the disabled state will move to the enabled state and the database will start up again. Let's fire just once. Bang, there we go. That token moved down to notify, so we can tell people, hey, we fixed the database. Or in this case, we fixed the network. And so the database is now enabled. Here we can see the database is enabled, so these tokens will start to flow over. Let's run that a few. There we go, you can see them flowing through. They all flow through very quickly, and new ones start to come in. There they appear on the left, move to the right. Appear on the left, move to the right. Yes. Okay. Now we're about to enter time unit 20, and we can see the next failure here will occur at time unit 20. So we're going to end up with a database failure. This token will move up here. The database will be disabled again. Let's have a look at the contingency plan for that one as well. Alright, so we'll get the database failure appearing in this database broken token. Let's have a look. There it is. The service has stopped. So we can see how that's going to work. It will go down here. Can we access the database? No, we cannot. Can we access the server? Yes, we can, because it's only the service that stopped. Is the database running? No, it's not. Can we restart the database? Yes, we can. Come up here, start the database, go back here, recheck it, and we move to the database repair and turn on the database again. Alright, let's run that. There it is. But it has, there we go, database repair, and it's out. Alright, let's stop it and move down again. You see here is where all these tokens finally end up. This is a state we can use to perhaps model sending an email to someone to notify them that things have been repaired. At this point now, the database is working. Both of those failures have gone through, and the next failure we've modeled, which is a disk failure, is only due to occur at time unit 50. And if we look at where we are right now, we're at time unit 22. So let's start this again. And you can see events are coming through quite quickly. And we're only at time unit 27, as you see in the top middle over there. So it'll take some time to get to time unit 50, where our next failure is due to occur. I can speed it up by clicking on the occur next a few times. You see the screen flash a bit while we force these transitions through. All that's happening is more and more transitions back up over here. We only draw on the screen the first 5 and last 5, and we have a little symbol in the middle here for the missing ones. Alright, it's about to, there we go. I paused it at time unit 50 when this disk failure token fired through the persist component into the database broken state, and the database is now turned off. We can confirm that by looking inside this component, and we see the database is indeed disabled. Look at this down here, it's disabled. That disk failure moved from off into alert. Let's go back. Remember, these 6 states on the outside, especially if you've seen my other videos, are tied to states in the outside network. The alert is tied to the database broken state. This is where our alerts come in. So let's watch this disk failure. We can look at this contingency plan and see already down here there are checks related to the disk. Is the disk okay? We'll say fail, it's not okay. Let's repair the disk. After repairing the disk, we need to restore the backup, restart the database, come back up here, check again, and this time pass, go back there. So let's do this one at a time. Occur next. Token moves down to, we failed the database access check. Next one, we pass the server access check. We're over here now. We should fail the database running check, because a disk failure will not have a running database. There we go. Disk failure. The database is not running. We cannot start the database because we have a disk failure. The disk is not okay. We're down here now, so we're about to enter the repair disk. So we've repaired the disk, and you'll see this put an extra time on there. We said that it'll take 10 time units to repair the disk. That means, of course, that this next restore backup transition cannot fire yet. Instead, we're going to see a backlog appearing up here in the aggregator. So let me run it and watch the backlog appearing. There we go. Here comes the backlog. These are measurements being made until we get to time unit 60 up here, which is when we will complete the disk repair. I'm going to stop it just before that. Alright, stopped at time unit 60. So here is the token, it's ready to fire. Let's restore the backup. I'll fire once. There we go. Backup restored. We model another time unit here. You notice that I sometimes have to click a couple of times, and that is because there are often a few transitions that are available to fire, and each time I click occur next, one transition fires. We know that events are being generated once a second or once a time unit up here, but these actions, the upload tasks, they don't take any time. So if there are tokens in the census, they will come through, and if there's several of them, it could take several transitions to be completed before we move to the next time unit. Let's occur next. Alright, we restart the database, and now we've rechecked that. The disk fixed is up here. It's about to fire through the persist. I've shown you enough of the insides of this that I'm not going to show you that now. I'll show you how it looks like from the outside. This token will move from here up to the database fixed state. There we go. Database fixed. So we now know this is now enabled. So the backlog that we see over here in the aggregator will start to move through to the database. In the database we have 40 plus 10, 50 previously saved tokens, and we have, looks like about 13 in the aggregator that should come through. So I'm going to start it and let it run. Bang. So the aggregator, you see this list getting smaller and smaller, the number of tokens drawn over here getting fewer and fewer, and it filling up over here. And they're all through, and more information is coming from the sensor. So the database is continuing as per normal. If we let this run indefinitely, we would end up with an indefinite number of events in the database. It will not fail again, simply because we haven't modeled any further failures. Well, that's it. That is a complete example showing you event generators, aggregation, database persisting, a database that can fail, turned on and off with the two-state switch component that we've modeled here, and of course a contingency plan that can handle a reasonable number of possible scenarios. The way this contingency plan works, these expressions that you can see all over the place, will be described in other videos. Thank you.